everybody, this is SDH521 here, and welcome here to my Toontown Rewritten Let's Play. So, I'm going to start off probably by just, admitting myself for, the lack of sound and all that, because, short, I guess, the real reason behind it is because I actually tried live commentary, and the fact that it did not work out very well. The fact that the audio basically overthrew my voice by a lot, so you could barely make out what I was saying. So now I know for a fact that I'm probably going to be post commentating the rest of this. So for the first 3 episodes of this series, which is basically the first session I had for this, is going to be post commentary but with no sound. So sorry about that. I now know basically what I'm expected for myself to edit these, so I know what I'm going to do now. But yeah, so basically some of the stuff I kind of explained in the video was that I'm not sure 100% whether or not I'm going to be maxing, like maxing the tune as in 137 laugh. I doubt I'm probably ever going to do that due to the fact that I never really have much, time and effort to actually put into that. So yeah, because it just really takes a lot of time, and I don't really find myself ever doing that. I don't mind playing through like the whole entire game again, but I don't feel like I'd do all the side things again. And for this tune, I'm gonna be naming him Nidoking, uh, just because the fact that there's a first name that kind of came to my mind. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and begin here. So, not much I could really say. I mean, it's basically Toontown. I mean, what else could you really expect as we're entering in here? And, Tutorial Time basically talks about the cogs, and, you fight the cogs and, all that. You find cog buildings, turn them into, well, you defeat them, and then you just turn them into good buildings. So that's basically kind of how this game all plays out. There's a bunch of other stuff, but, I'm not really going to be looking too much into it, but it's kind of what I've been doing for now. And yeah, so our first objective is to defeat the flunky. So yeah, this is what one of the cogs basically would look like, in case you're new to the game. But I'm assuming most of you, or at least I'm hoping most of you aren't, so you pretty much know how this fight goes down. You use both your gags, or the gags that you actually have, and then you basically defeat the cog. You don't always dodge the attack. It's pretty much random, I would say at this point, but it's pretty nice when it does dodge because then you don't take any damage. So easier said than done. We take out the cog, which is pretty easy. Also tells us that we receive gag experience, which is quite nice. So yeah. Alright, so after doing that, Tutorial Tom comes back and basically, tells us that we complete our first toon task. We need to go to the headquarters, which is right in front of us. So we're going to go ahead and head in there and see what all is going on. We're going to be talking to HQ Harry, I believe is his name. But yeah, he gives us the book. The book is pretty useful. It basically is where everything is kind of stored, where you can like look at everything and all that. And our next task is basically to ride the trolley. So that'll be nice. Yeah, now we gotta talk to the main toon guy himself, Flippy, which he basically teaches us how to chat for whatever reason. We don't know how to even make a noise as close to an oink, apparently. But, it is what it is. In the live commentary, I said this was kind of just one of the favorite phrases that I actually have because I like hearing the 3 O's for the pig and the horse. I think they're quite funny. I'll probably play them, or if you've never heard them before, I will probably do them maybe next time or when I'm actually post commentating and not live commentating. It's actually out here. Now this Toon Memory game, which is basically the name of this game, it goes a bit awkward due to the fact that apparently it takes forever for him to actually hit OK, and then he also says his delete key is broken or it doesn't work anyway. I'm not sure what happened. At first I thought he didn't know how to play, so I kind of tipped him in, and yeah, he basically just couldn't do anything. So yeah, basically this is what goes on for like maybe a minute or so. I'm not sure, maybe less than that. But nothing I can really do about that. I really wanted to cut this out, but due to my restricted uh, editor here, I don't really have much power to do that. So yeah, that's all I can really say about that. I don't really expect to do much trolley stuff on camera. Be doing, like I also said, in the video, I'll be doing quite a bit of like jelly bean. Maybe if I need a bit of gag training, I'll kind of do that bit off camera because I know that's not always like the most entertaining thing to watch, especially uh, getting jelly beans and all that, like either fishing, going on the trolley, and whatnot. Yeah, it would be quite kind of annoying to actually show that on camera. So there'd be I personally don't see much of a point to it. But yeah. All right. Yeah, this basically is last for a minute now. Because that's basically how long the game lasts, like a minute and a half, I believe. So we're almost there. Uh, I guess another thing I should really think about is the fact that now that I'm post commentating this after finally getting all the editing and all that stuff down. Originally, I recorded this at like 2 a.m. and I kept complaining about it. Now here I am at 4 a.m. basically post commentating everything, and I really wanted to go to sleep after this was done, but as I figured as much, the audio would overpower me anyway. So yeah, and we get the best reward ever, which is one jelly bean. Satisfaction. So yeah, one bean, yo. That's what I basically was typing. So yeah. So she basically just shows us like level 7 and all that gags, but we don't really have much purpose to them because we don't even have really any experience to show for it. Because maxing basically takes like 10,000 XP. So yeah. So now we're headed into the headquarters to get our next official task, which is to recover a blackboard eraser from the cogs, and this can be done on any streets. But obviously, I didn't really get a good first trolley game, so obviously I'm going back. But luckily, and this is kind of a bit of a spoiler, but luckily I got a better game that really sufficiently gave me enough beams. So it's kind of happy about that, but it's kind of weird just like not having another tune that doesn't even have like functioning keys, I guess. I don't know. I really to this point still don't know what happened there, but I'm just assuming that maybe his keys stopped working or something. Who knows? But anyways, this is Treasure Dive. Probably one of my more favorite games because it's pretty simple. The most I really usually get in this particular game is 2 treasure chests. I did try to attempt 3 treasure chests, but I ended up getting hit once, so it didn't really work out well. Was like really expecting it to work out well, but yeah, kind of just what happened there. Swooping down to get the second one. Frickin' the King Crab frickin' is down here. I always like to think of him as kind of like Mr. Krabs. Just because of the fact that he's basically, covering treasure. Except somehow Mr. Krabs became a king. How? I don't know how. But that just somehow happened. I don't know. This was like childhood me. I don't really know. Technically still am a child. I'm only 15, so I'm not that old. But yeah, whatever. So the attempt, and yeah, failed. So made it halfway, but yeah. 30 jelly beans, like I said, sufficient amount. Basically enough for me to get through the rest of this beginning part. So yeah. Alright, so now we're officially ready to fight our cog to get the blackboard eraser, which is really nice. So yeah, we're heading to Punchline Place, which it's the main street I usually go on. And right off the bat, there's a level 3 and there's a level 2. Do not want to fight those because I do not have the sufficient gags to actually fight those. And another level 2. Basically, kind of how I do it is kind of like at the beginning, try to stay around the cog level, the level of gag that I have. Later on, though, I really wouldn't care as much, especially when it starts getting time to like doing a bunch of buildings, factories, coin mints, etc. I won't really care as much for those, but yeah. So yeah, here's a level 1 right here. Short change. Uh, you know, kind of more of the more ones you'd see on the street, since technically this street's mainly for cash bots and sell bots. Well, those are really the main ones you see, but you do see the other ones. And yeah, pickpocketed me, did 2 damage, so nothing much there. And Cupcake to finish it off, and we basically have got our Blackboard Racer. So yeah, pretty easy. This beginning part, like throughout Toontown Central, it's gonna be, pretty simple. Besides a few tasks that I think are a bit annoying. I feel like some other people can attest to that as well. Mainly one that we'll be seeing later on, because I'm not gonna really do it. I'd say around the end, but I don't know. So now we have to make a friend. This one is kind of an annoying one because it takes some time to actually make an actual friend, apparently. Because it's so hard to make friends in this game for whatever reason. I still don't know at this point, but it's just what happens. So yeah. So here's comes the me just basically trying to find someone to add as a friend. I said in the video I usually don't try to add like high tunes who just hang around in TTC because I doubt they would ever add me because I'd just be some 15 laugh that they wouldn't even know. 15 laugh noob they wouldn't even know. Just missed the horse, so I couldn't get the horse. So it's a bummer. Couldn't really find anybody else. And then I saw this mouse who ended up adding me. So very nice, very nice. And there we go. So we got our first friend, and now we can go ahead and do our next task, which is to go to our actual estate, which is basically the Toon's house, which we can decorate and basically do a bunch of other stuff. Change our clothes, give ourselves accessories, wear them and all that. Mailbox, we also can garden here, and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we have to go onto the phone to actually communicate with her. She basically delivers all the stuff that you basically order with the currency in this game, which is jelly beans. So it's pretty nice. So yeah, nothing we really need right now because I don't really have anything. It's kind of just how it is. Probably have some stuff later. I don't think I'm going to be ordering anything too early on. I'll probably save all that for later because I really probably would just be getting jelly beans for right now, mainly for gags because I need those the most. But yeah. So anyways, turn in the task and we get a 1-point laugh boost, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that was basically that. Yeah. This is kind of the point where the video ends now. Note that I did forget to actually talk to the HQ officer again, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the first episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.